Hi class, Ms. Scheffler here. Today we are going to be doing lesson 4.5 in your big math book. We are going to look at problem solving multiplying money. Our essential question is, how can the strategy draw a diagram help you solve a decimal multiplication problem? So let's take a look at our word problem. A group of friends go to a local fair. Jason spends $3.75. Maya spends 3 times as much as Jason. Tia spends $5.25 more than Maya. How much does Tia spend? Well, first of all, let's pull out the information that we think we're going to use in our word problem. So let's go back and it says Jason spends $3.75. Now we have another friend. Maya spends 3 times as much as Jason. Then to separate it some more, we have Tia spends $5.25 more than Maya. And remember, we go back in our questions and we always underline the question it is asking us. So, how much does Tia spend? That's what we have to ask ourselves. So, we're going to use the graphic organizer below to help us solve the problem. So, what do I need to find? Looking back in the word problem, I need to find how much Tia spent. So now we'll record our answer in the space provided. Now our next step is, what information do I need to use? I need to use the amount spent by Jason to find the amount spent by Maya and Tia at the fair. So our next step is, how will I use the information? I can draw a diagram to show the amount Jason and Maya spend to find the amount spent by Tia. Now, let's use our diagram to solve the problem. The amount of money Maya and Tia spend depends on the amount Jason spends. So we're going to draw a diagram to compare the amounts without calculating. Then use the diagram to find the amount each person spends. So if we look back at our word problem, we see that Jason spends $3.75. So in the box out beside of Jason, we are going to record $3.75. Now our next friend is Maya, and if we look back at our word problem, it says that Maya spends 3 times as much as Jason. Therefore, out by Maya's name, we should have 1, 2, 3 boxes, and in each box we are going to put our $3.75. So now that we have the $3.75 recorded in each of the 3 boxes, that will help us determine how much it was Maya spent at the fair. Now we have to look at Tia. If we go back to our word problem, it says that Tia spends $5.25 more than Maya, which means that we need to have the 3 boxes out by Tia to represent the same amount as Maya, plus a box with the $5.25 more. So let's go back to our 3 boxes and record our $3.75. So from our word problem, we know that Jason spends $3.75. We know that Maya spends 3 times $3.75. So we'll put our $3.75 on the blank. And that is going to equal, and that will be $3.75 times 3. And 5 times 3 is 15, carry our 1. 7 times 3 is 21, 22, carry our 2. And 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. Now we have to go back over because we have in one of our factors 2 place values to the right of the decimal, and in our answer we need to have 2 place values to the right of the decimal. So our answer is going to be 1125. And that's how much Maya has spent. Now we know that Tia spent the same amount plus $5.25 as Maya. So Tia equals 1125 plus $5.25. And if we do the 1125 plus the 525, we will have an answer of 5 plus 5 is 10, carry our 1, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 1 plus 5 is 6, bring our 1 straight down, and our decimal place straight down. And that will give us an answer of $16.50. So Tia spent $16.50 at the fair. So let's try another problem. It says Julie's savings account has a balance of $57.85 in January. By March, her balance is 4 times as much as her January balance. Between March and November, Julie deposits a total of $78.45. If she does not withdraw any money from her account, what should Julie's balance be in November? So let's use our graphic organizer to help us solve it. What do I need to find? Well, we know that we always look for our question, and our question is, what should Julie's balance be in November? So let's go ahead and write that in our space provided. And from our question, we know that we need to find Julie's bank account balance in November. So next it asks, what information do I need to use? Well, let's look back up at our word problem. Julie's savings account has a balance of $57.85 in January, so that is one piece of information that we need to use. Then by March, her balance is 4 times as much as her January balance. So we know that's probably another piece of information we need to use. And then between March and November, Julie deposits a total of $78.45. So let's take that information and put it into our box. So the information we need to use is to use the balance of Julie's bank account in January and what I know about her bank account in March to find November's balance. Now, how will I use the information? So we know we can use the information to draw a diagram to show the balance in January and then use it to show the balance in March and November. So let's get started on drawing our diagrams. The first thing that we need to do is label the 3 pieces of information that we know. So we know that we know January, March, and November. So let's go ahead and make a label for each of those. January, March, and I'm just going to abbreviate, and November. Now the one thing that we do know is that in January she had a balance of $57.85. So out by January you can either draw a box or a blank and record $57.85. Now for March, if we go back to our word problem, it says that by March her balance is 4 times as much as January. So we know that in order to demonstrate that, we have to have 4 blanks with the $57.85 in it. So let's go ahead and write $57.85 into each of our blanks. Now that we have our $57.85 recorded 4 times to represent the 4 times as much as January, we need to look at November. And in a word problem, it says that between March and November, Julie deposited a total of $78.45. So one thing we do know is that without the deposit, March and November's balance would be the same. So we will demonstrate that again with our 4 blanks. Now, the one thing different is that it does say she deposits a balance or deposits a total of $78.45. So we know that that is going to be added $78.45. So once we figure out the total for our 4 blanks, we're going to add $78.45 to that. Okay, now that we have our blanks filled in for November, we can actually build our chart down here. January equals $57.85. March equals 1, 2, 3, 4 times $57.85. November equals 1, 2, 3, 4 because it is the same as March. 4 times $57.85 plus the $78.45 in deposits. So let's figure out the answers for March and November. 4 times $57.85 equals $231.40. Now 4 times $57.85 plus $78.45 equals $309.85. So Julie's savings account balance will be $309.85 in November. So let's take a look at our next question. How does the diagram help you determine if your answer is reasonable? Well, we know that diagrams help us determine if our answer is reasonable because the diagram shows a representation of each money amount, which helps me see the relative size of the answer. Okay, be sure you record our password in your planner so that you get credit for your homework tomorrow. So our password question is, what is the answer to a division problem? Well, we learned this in chapter 2, and we know that the answer to a division problem is our quotient. Be sure you record that in your planner and bring it with you to class tomorrow.